Okay, time to face some of the cringiest moments of my life that I still think about when I'm trying to sleep at night. And tell the entire internet about them. So, getting starstruck. It happens. When meeting your idols, it's very easy for things to go very, very wrong. And I am a very awkward person by nature. I have come to terms with it. And so, when I do meet people that I look up to, it usually ends very badly. So here are some of my experiences with specifically meeting cast members of Phantom. We'll start with the story that requires the most context. Okay, so my little sister has very severe epilepsy, and things got to a point where she was no longer able to go to school. So my family hired her teacher to come to our house and tutor her privately. One day, my sister, she just kind of mentions to her teacher that I like Phantom. And her teacher, nonchalant, no big freaking deal. Oh yeah, my sister, she plays Christine on Broadway. We all just sat there, stopped, like, your sister does what, where? Turns out her sister is Julie Hanson. And I'm just freaking out because I love her. Even bigger mind f***, Julie Hanson and I went to the same high school and had the same drama teacher. She just graduated like, I think maybe 6 or so years ahead of me. Anyway, my sister's amazing teacher asks Julie to stop by my house and meet me the next time she's in town. It's probably the first time I'd cleaned my room in like 3 months. So before she gets there, I'm just looking at Julie's resume online. She had posted it, and I was just kind of curious, as to what else she'd been in recently, so I can talk to her about a little bit more than Phantom, Now, on resumes, theatrical resumes, sometimes you'll include like physical attributes on the very beginning of it, and that sometimes would include your weight. Julie had done this, and I just remember kind of saying out loud, it's like, God, she's so skinny. I wish I was that skinny. And my mom hears me. So she finally gets to my house and I'm talking to her and everything's going fine. Then my mom just gets total verbal diarrhea. And she starts going on and on about what a fan I am and that I even knew how much she weighed. I quickly tried to give the context that I had been looking at her resume, but it didn't matter. It still sounds creepy as f***. Now this next story is from the first time that I saw Phantom on Broadway. Because I had met Julie Hanson, she very kindly asked Kara Klein, who was the understudy for Meg at the time, to give me a backstage tour after I saw the show. And things went very smoothly at first. I saw everything and, nearly fainted as I walked across the stage of the Majestic Theater with all the sets still in place. I even managed to keep my shit together as I met and got an autograph from Rebecca Pitcher, who was Principal Christine. What was embarrassing was how I handled an interaction with another cast member, who I mistook for Marilyn Caskey. I did get to see Marilyn Caskey in that performance, and I feel extremely fortunate for it. She's an incredible Madame Giry. But when I saw this ensemble member, I thought it was her. I was like, oh my God, yeah, wow, you're my favorite Madame Giry. And she was just like, what? Number 3, Sarah Brightman. That's right. I said Sarah Brightman. I got the meet and greet backstage pass when I went to a Sarah Brightman concert back in 2008. I was so excited. I was just freaking out for weeks because I was going to get to meet Sarah Brightman. So after the concert, I'm freaking pumped. I'm standing there in a line waiting to get my picture taken with her. And again, I'm just like, she's right there. When it gets to be my turn, I'm like half frozen. I get my picture taken. And then what comes out of my mouth with tears in my eyes is, can I hug you? She was an absolute sweetheart, so she gave me a huge hug, but then I proceeded to give her this like scrapbook thing that I had made. I don't even remember what all I put into this thing, but my god, it was a little much. And last but not least, Howard McGillen. So my high school drama class makes a trip to New York. I'm a freshman at the time. And this would also be my second meeting with Julie Hansen, because she actually, whatever she was doing at the time, she took the night off. Phantom let her come in and do a special performance just because our class was coming to see it that night. And like I had said, she and I had shared a drama teacher, and so, you know, she really wanted her to see her perform. So that was insanely awesome. So the whole class is hanging out in like kind of the alley off to the side of the Majestic, doing a little bit of Q&A with Julie. And all of a sudden, Howard McGillen tries to hurry by, and Julie grabs him. She's like, "Oh, no, you're not going anywhere." Now, I love Howard McGillen. He is one of my forever favorites, and I had been a fan for a long time, because if any of y'all remember the Swan Princess children's cartoon, he was the voice of Prince Derek. So things first got weird because he's standing literally right next to me, and I'm speechless, just kind of looking up at him like. And one of my asshole friends shouts out, "Ah, Emily, your face." He and everyone else, eyes on me. So finally, after that, I work up the courage to try and just go calmly, tell him how much I love and admire his work as the Phantom. Seems easy enough, right? And I remember sitting in my hotel prior, saying, "Emily, if you meet Howard McGillen, you will not say anything weird. You will not be awkward." Well, out comes the verbal diarrhea, and I go on a freaking tangent. I don't even remember most of what I said, but it finally ended with me telling him that when I was like 5, I was totally in love with him because of the Swan Princess. He just kind of looks at me, nods and smiles, and just turns to everyone, says, "Okay, well, it was nice meeting everyone, bye." Slams himself in a taxi and blazes off. Why am I like this? I don't think I have ever met someone I looked up to without doing something weird. And now I get to look forward to, more than likely, doing it again. Next summer, I will be attending a musical theater intensive in New York, where I will be working with Sierra Bodges and Lindsay Mendez. Let's take a look at the gravity of this situation. If I do something super awkward at this workshop, I don't get to just go home, cry myself to sleep, and never have to face them again. I'm gonna be looking them in the eye every day for 2 weeks. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for my awkwardness. And there you have it, my embarrassing stories of meeting people from Phantom. And I guarantee you this list will grow, and there will eventually be a part 2 to this. I'm sure. Stay fantastic with the pH, and remember to keep your hands at the level of your eyes. I'm gonna go die now.